What do you think of his presidential bid for Ireland?
I think you should vote. I think you should vote for Conor McGregor for president of Ireland if you're a resident of Ireland. No, I mean, I don't know. You don't know what's up with, what Conor's thinking. He's got, you talk about me burnout and busy and whatnot. I mean, that guy's got his hands in a thousand different things, for better or worse. So I think, we'll see what happens. It could just be a political stunt. It could just be for attention. Not a bad move if it is, and we'll see.
Somebody breaks into my studio, steals my camera, and steals my belt, dude.
Sometimes there's a thing called oversharing, right? Yes, oversharing in the sense to where, Henry, you let people know where you live. Dylan,
So,
you were in there.
When I saw someone near the door, I assumed it was Henry, but I didn't
Right.
tell him I was sleeping there. I didn't want to startle him in case he didn't see me, so I didn't say anything. And then when I wake up at 9 a.m., Henry walks in the studio. He says, "Oh, Dylan, where's my belt?" And I said to him, "Henry, did you come in here at 4:45 a.m. last night?" And he said, "No." And that's when it all clicked. And I was like, "Henry, someone came in here and stole your belt."
I talked to Ali and I talked to, see if you could talk to Dana, see if the UFC is willing to give me I don't want a replica. The replicas are different. I want my actual belt, man.
Anything you get now is gonna be a replica. It's
Yeah,
not
sure. Why not? At least something. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I lost my gold medal in the fire. I lost this now. These last months, Kamar, with me getting poked in the eye, this robbery, this hit and run, and then this robbery, just like, damn, dude. I wonder what it's trying to teach me. I think that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now.
Hey, Henry, is this the belt that was stolen?
Nah, is it?
Henry Cejudo original UFC flyweight belt by DJ Mao or whatever that is. What is that? When was that posted? Can we find out exactly when?
Yeah, no, they're fucking with this. They're messing around.
12 hours? Seller DJ Mouse. Oh my God. What?
Yeah, no, they're fucking with this.
But is that belt? Is it the old style
Yeah,
belt?
it's
right
the
there?
old school belt. It's the old school belt. So that's the one that I beat. That's one that I beat from Demetrius Johnson, dude.
Yeah, by DJ Mouse.
Yeah. So, but what do you?
I'm not interested in this one.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just here. But
No.
yeah, I'm only interested.
Gene Silva, he is good, bro. So as good as Bryce Mitchell is, you can see Gene Silva potentially stopping this dude. I feel like his arsenal, his diversity with punches, kicks.
The one thing about Bryce Mitchell is Bryce Mitchell can go in there and take guys down, have his way with them.
Bryce Mitchell is a tough matchup. Could he connect all the dots and really bring this fight to the ground? This is the big matchup, not just for Gene Silva, but for the fighting nerds. How good are they in the grappling department for the sport of mixed martial arts? I can see Gene Silva knocking Bryce the Mitchell the out.
Tell me how you feel, Henry. Jeez. I like this fight.
I have a friend, Helen, and she's always trying to teach me Chinese. How do you say enemy in Chinese?
Enemy in Chinese. 敌人.
How do you say it?
敌人.
D what?
敌人.
Diana. Enemy. Fucking enemy.
Not going to sugarcoat it. You brought a lot of this on yourself with your comments, and Dana obviously reacted, called you one of the dumbest people. But like we said earlier, he did give you a platform. Through all of this, what have you learned through the past month or so?
I've learned to be totally fearless. No man controls me or controls what I say, and my research on history is up to me, and no man determines what my thoughts and my opinions are, or how I raise my son and what is taught in my household. And for me and my household, we will serve the Lord.
And then I guess building off of that, yesterday or earlier this week, actually, you posted a clip kind of giving your views on gays and, in vitro fertilization and saying they shouldn't be parents. When you're posting something like that, has any of this caused you to stop and think, man, maybe I shouldn't post this. Maybe I'm going to get another firestorm?
Therefore, whosoever is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, so too shall the Son of Man be ashamed of him in the presence of the Father and the holy angels.
And the last one for me, with all the commotion, all the controversy, have you been able to focus on this fight and focus on Gene Silva?
I'm fully focused, brother.
Hopefully, no fighting for either of them.
Okay.
Personally, I just don't want my daughter to be a stripper or an MMA fighter. That's kind of the same level to me.
That's where wow, same level, really.
I mean, you're dancing around in your underwear for people's entertainment, are you not?
I guess.
Both of those gigs. No, I mean, MMA's getting more there for sure, but like if I had a son and he wanted to fight, that'd be different. But a daughter, like, I guess it's just a natural, like, you want to protect them. And like, I think anybody in this sport will tell you is like, if I fight for my whole career to provide for my family and then they turn around and do the same thing, and it's like, you kind of feel like you left a little on the table, I guess. Like, hopefully me fighting will mean that they don't have to fight in the future. I feel like that's kind of the deal. They won't have to trade their physical health and their brain health for money, and that's my goal.
I know you're focused on your fight this weekend, man, with Michael Chandler, but I just got to get to some of the news that we've been seeing, like on X and Twitter. You and Arman Sarukian have a little back and forth. Where did that spawn from? This initial kind of back and forth with you and Arman?
I haven't even had a back and forth with him. I just got asked a question about him and was honest. He's the one who bit like a little sausage.
You saw his response to you, though.
Yeah, I laughed my head off. Thought it was quite funny. I seen him say in an interview a few weeks ago when he got asked about me versus Chandler, I don't watch people who aren't in the top 5, they're not on my level.
Oh, okay.
If I wasn't on your level, mate, you wouldn't be responding to me.
Yeah.
So, it's one of them. But as I say, I got asked about him in an interview, and I was just honest. You know what I mean? He gets his pants. He didn't want to fight Islam. He used a bad back excuse when every doctor that was there said you're good to fight. I don't know if it was because he was going to miss weight or what, but he backed out of a fight on like 36 hours. So he's a pussy in my book, and a pussy in most other people's books. And he's been handed everything on a silver platter because his dad's a millionaire. So, him.
Is there a part of you that with the win on Saturday would want to call him out and just settle it that way? Or do you feel like then you would be kind of maybe giving him something?
You could say that, and we could be giving him something. But as I say, I want to fight anyone in the top 4. Dustin, Justin, Charles, Arman. Anyone that gets me to that title, that's who I want to fight.
So you're right, it's different. Like now Ilya move up, and but there is Alexander Volkanovski. First I love him. I respect him so much, and I never want to fight him. And the second of all, I don't think I don't think it's easy fight against him. So he's way better than me. So, but I'm like, I would like to take super fights. I don't want. I'm fine with that. If UFC needs me on there is some super fights, I would like to take it. Even if I have to move up weight class, I will take it.
Like Hunter called, he told me I got this fear, but 10 weeks out, 2 weeks before that, I had torn my labrum. So I really, looking back, probably should have said, "Hey, Hunter, you know, I probably shouldn't have taken that fight." But again, I just feel like it's gonna make it that much sweeter going into this next fight because I'm expected to just absolutely get smoked. And I enjoy being in this position. I've been in this position before against Aljo. I wasn't supposed to go out there and win that fight. So I feel like this is a very similar position. And I know I'm capable of beating Merab. I wouldn't want this rematch. That last fight wasn't, I mean, it was close in a sense and it wasn't. The second and fourth round were the rounds he won. He dominated those rounds. I won on the judges' scorecard the third and the fifth round. The first round, in most people's eyes, they said Merab won that fight. If you look at damage, I believe I did more damage in that fight, but I wouldn't want this fight. I wouldn't have asked for this fight. I wouldn't have accepted this fight if I didn't know I could go out there and beat Merab.